So I just looked at a video on YouTube of mine, and I'm glad I looked at it because YouTube made it no sound, and I'm like, I sound demonic. So I don't want to sound demonic. So they're trying to tell me something. Try not to sound demonic. And demonology is really an interesting subject, because it's like, all right, well, I care about people. That's my crime. Since 2020, I've done 2.5 years blacked out. So do I have demons? Yeah, I'm angry too. I'm angry. I'm angry. But I'm not helping people if I am yelling at you or being a demon myself. So that's what YouTube was just trying to tell me. I think, I got a lot of help from Facebook and all of it along the way, so it's really about growing up. It's really about growing up. Growing up. It really is. It's like we all just need to grow up. So if I'm yelling too much, or if I'm being mean and yelling, and so, oh, poor me, that's not helping anyone. So I just looked at the video for a couple seconds, and it's like, okay, got it. I don't want to hurt people. I don't. I really believe that we can all understand this. We can all understand so many things that have happened in our planet, historically, and like, it really is true. History does repeat itself, and it's so true. And patterns, look for patterns, human patterns. The patterns are really just an incredible concept to understand and observe. And now it's like with the pandemic, everyone has been sort of like in these patterns of doing this and doing that, and not questioning things. They haven't questioned things. They've always questioned things. So the people around me don't. So I'm demonic when I get angry at you for not understanding that you're not recognizing the patterns that are not serving you. The patterns are not serving you. The old world, the covert hostility, the lies, and then like the denial of the lies, and like not wanting to confess your sins. And it's like the confession of sins. Like people just, if you could just realize, like, really, it would be very cleansing for you. Just call up an old girlfriend or boyfriend and say, hey, can we talk about what happened in 2002 or whatever, and try it. I've done it before, and it really helped me. It really helped me, and I encourage people to do it. Just go back, and it's not really even about confession. It's like, because we're all sinners. It's God put us here. So I don't want to be a demon. I don't want to be a demon and angry person. This doesn't help. Okay, so here's the thing. in Florida Detention Center, I really learned a lot. I wrote 700, 800 pages, and I sent it all to my dad. And in the end, I was emailing, because they have email there, but I wasn't on those computers until the very end. You know, sending what I was learning to the feds, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't, it's not that they don't know things. I don't know what people know. I don't know what people know. My job, though, is to be sort of like, because when I get angry and frustrated for people for not knowing, then that's my demon. That's my demon. Yeah. That's my demon. Yeah. I'm a demon. I'm demonic when I don't have the patience for people that don't understand. Maybe what I understand. And Hitler was such a hostile, frustrated man, so angry. And he was really smart. He was really brilliant. So he figured out how to systematically kill off a lot of people, and that's what genocide is. That's what the systematic planned, systematic killing off of an entire race of people. But it wasn't a race. You can't say that it was a race, because it wasn't. It was, yes, Jews, gypsies, gays, like Christians. He killed whoever was not on board with the Nazi regime, which was the Ku Klux Klan, which was white supremacy, a better race of people. If you weren't on board with his idea for a better race of people, then he killed you. And so that's not a racial thing. It really doesn't have it. Whoopi Goldberg was right about that. She said on The View, it's not about race. She's absolutely right. And I don't know what, I like Whoopi Goldberg. I do. And I really think that we can all get along a lot better. I really do. If we could all just, and maybe it's me. It's like I'm just over the top. And so if I could just bring it down a couple notches, it's like I don't know if I can watch Nicolas Cage Con Air, but it'd probably be good for me. It's just, I've lived it, so it's like, but so at Florida Detention Center, I learned so much, and the women really, they got used to it. I was walking around with the World War II book in my dictionary constantly, and they just stopped asking about it. In the beginning it was like, what the fuck? And then, but it was, there were a few chapters, and Tom Brokaw does the preface for it, and, it's like, he says, and we'll be studying World War II forever. It's like, and he's right, we should study it forever in the events of it, because there were many things that happened during, I'm talking about World War II, because World War I was a whole, so World War II, and it's like, so many things happened, the way he did it. And then it wasn't like, it was like, there in Florida Detention Center in the very beginning, it was like the Russians didn't know what the fuck to do. They're just, Stalin was delusional. Then you had the Finns, the Finland people. They were fucking skiing. They were trying to fight shit by skiing. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. So skiing is a whole other topic that I'm not. You know, so how would you feel if you're, you know, I don't have, my brother and my sister, my half brother and half sister. So if I had, it's gross, but just think about this. Like if I had sex with my brother and procreated with him, we probably wouldn't have a retard, because a half brother is enough out to not have a retard. But when you have a brother and a sister procreating, Hitler's was that, then you know you're going to get a fucked up person. And so that's happening a lot. You know, you have full-blooded brothers and sisters fucking and then having children, and that's what people need to understand. We need to stop doing that. And then, you know, even with your half brothers, just stop doing that, because that's why you have retards. That's why you're breeding retards. So, but you know, I want to research what happened. You know, I did in Miami, Lycidas, Chicago. So Hitler, and a lot of people, like, if they knew this, they might, maybe it would help them wake up. So it's like, Hitler hit us. Everybody thinks 9/11 in you know, was the first hit, or Pearl Harbor. No, it wasn't. Hitler bombed, he didn't bomb us, he killed a Czech village. He killed the men, though. He specifically only killed the men. He killed all the men in a Czech village. Czechoslovakian. I'm a Bonchek. Bonchek means good Czech. So I'm not Czechoslovakian. I didn't come here that way. Czechoslovakians are not Jewish. They're gypsies. They're Bohemian gypsies. They're not Jewish. So research it. I don't care if you don't believe me, but they're Czechs or Czechs. Czechoslovakians. So they separated. They got the Velvet Divorce from Slovenia. And, you know, that's a whole other story. I'm not taking that up right now, but it was called the Velvet Divorce. So research the Velvet Divorce. I've already covered this. I feel like my divorce from, you know, it was a velvet divorce because I didn't fight it. Because I'm not a fighter like that. I'm a fighter, but I'm not a fighter for money. I'm not a fighter for a second home like his third wife, or diamond rings or clothes and stuff like that. I'm not a fighter like that. I'm not pathetic. I'm not. So, you know, hate me for not being a fighter that way. He does. He hates me. That's why he wants his third wife. That he wants to just have somebody that will give him blowjobs. That's what men want. Men just want their dick sucked. They don't care. They don't care about real stuff. I do think Elon Musk cares, and Donald Trump, he doesn't care about getting his dick sucked. Donald Trump is not doing that. He is very busy. And anybody who is saying anything negative about Donald Trump should go to fucking prison for life. If you say anything negative about Donald Trump or any of his people, you should go to prison for life. And that's how I feel. But Barack Obama, he is getting his dick sucked. He went to Epstein Island, and I met women. I'm not going to say who they are, but I met them in the last 9.5 months. Many, many women in prisons and jails told me they know that Barack Hussein, Osama bin Laden, Obama, got his dick sucked from many, many, many underage, you know, young Chinese girls. Barack Obama is a piece of garbage. They saw it. They were there. They saw it. They saw Barack Obama get his dick sucked from little Chinese girls. Young girls. So you don't have to believe me. But I talked to these women. I met these women. I spent time with these women. I was down for a long time. You were not down. You have not been down. You've been going to Starbucks. and enjoying your fucking life, and you have not suffered like me. You have no discipline like me. You have no discipline whatsoever. Not Donald Trump, not Elon Musk. They don't have discipline like me. Joe Rogan. I love these 5 or 6 men, but they don't have the discipline that I have. And I'm not resentful of them. But it would be nice if they could be a little bit more respectful of me. But they're not going to be. They're not going to be more respectful of me. And I don't need them to. I just need them, you know, get me a phone or whatever. Pick me up when I call you. So that's all I need. I don't need much, like you pathetic cunts. I don't need much. You know, 99.999% of the cunts on this planet are so pathetic. You're all pathetic. All cunts are pathetic. So when you just know that, then you'll be able to live better. You'll be able to live better. Okay, so I'm just going to end this with, because I'm going to do some research on it, but Lycidas, Chicago. It wasn't called Lycidas, Chicago. It was called something else. Then Hitler shot them all, shot all the men, the Czech men, because they were gypsies, and they came here from Czechoslovakia, and they didn't give a fuck. They were sluts. They were sluts with their gypsy wives, gypsy Jews, whatever. And so he killed all the men, and then put all the females in work camps, took all the kids away from the mothers, and all those kids, they're around here in America. They're here. They're Barry Bonchak. They're Jeff's third wife. They're Jeff's third wife, and they're Barry Bonchak. So they are the product of that. And they're fucked up people. They're really fucked up people. They're really fucked up people. They're violent people. They're dangerous people. Barry Bonchak's been kicked out of every country club. He is not, you know, and I feel for him, but it's like, you know, my second ex-husband's third wife is a piece of shit. And it's like, I don't care. You know, it was her lesson. She should have never come to this country that way. The way she came here like a slut. She was a Czech slut. She's a Czech, an evil Bohemian Czech. She's a Bohemian Grove Czech. She's a disgusting piece of shit. And so I'm not saying her name. I'm not mentioning her name. I'm just saying that you need to do your fucking research on Lycidas, Chicago. World War II, 1941.